Come on.
This is Outside the Round with Matt Burrill, a Raise Rowdy podcast.
Well, I have been looking forward to this one right here.
Me too, boss.
I have been looking forward to getting my brother, the one, the only. I've known you now for probably coming up on 4 years because it was 2020 when we met.
Yeah, and like two of them, you've liked me.
What do you mean two of them I've liked you? I didn't know what to make of you at first, Josh.
I don't think anybody does.
At first, because the first time was it was Macon at the Crazy Bowl.
Yep.
Right after Dickdown came out, and we dealt some of the Nashville crew got a little too crazy that night. I think you know who we're talking about.
Yeah. Some people don't know how to act.
No. And that was wild. And then the DM Monday episode we did back in the day.
That was cool.
Which was fun. And that's where I got to know you. And since then, I feel like we've been super tight.
I'm one of those people I like to be hard to love or hard to figure out, to be honest with you, because that means you have to get to know me before you pass judgment. And I don't blame anybody for not knowing what to make of me right off the bat.
Because your branding used to be the bearded bastard.
Yeah.
So I remember Trey being like, man, this bearded bastard guy's talking all about Dick down in Dallas. We gotta get down and see him in Macon. And then, dude, you become like family to us.
I love you guys.
We love you too, brother. And we love I remember back then you were figuring out like making a presence in Nashville, and you've always been a guy that supports the traditional stuff, the damn country music.
I love the damn country music.
Dude, we do too. And now to see what you do in town with your events, with the podcast being in town, like your imprint now in Music City.
It's
fucking cool.
It's I don't believe it. I'll be real, like I have these moments of dude, I feel like a fake every day.
Really?
Oh, dude.
Imposter syndrome?
Oh, so bad. It's just like me and you both know folks that are just so well deserving of the spotlight. I don't like any spotlight. I know that probably seems like the complete lie or whatever in my life, but like I would rather showcase good things, charities, events, people that actually are doing good into the world.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I haven't worked for this. Like I know I busted my ass, but I feel like, well, luck has had a lot to do with some of this shit.
Yeah,
and I feel like an imposter a lot of times.
And your mission statement is shedding the light on stuff that you think is cool and causes that you believe in, and that's something that you've done with your show from the inception of it.
Yeah.
So that makes total sense for the not wanting to be in the spotlight.
Yeah, somebody told me one time. This is back when I was working in radio, dude. They told me that the best kings are the people who don't want to be kings. And it's just because I see myself as everybody else because I am.
Yeah.
I do not think I'm better. I do not think I'm worse. But it's real hard when you're looking across from like everything that y'all have built, or even the past 2 days I've had Josh Phillips with a #1 right now with Dirt Cheap. And then I had Renee Blair yesterday with Wait in the Truck.
She is such a bad
dude.
bitch. I
fell in love with her yesterday.
She's fantastic.
And to me, it's just like, how the fuck am I sitting here? Like,
why are these people sitting with me?
You like me?
You want to be on my show?
Like me? Yeah, I don't get it. But also, too, the other thing that I do, like I've said from the very beginning with this stuff, I want to remain passionate and push the stuff that I am passionate about that some people think's taboo or whatever. But also, too, I want to mix the comedy, the Joe Rogan side of me, with the Howard Stern, with activism to make me.
That, to me, is what people get most surprised about when they listen to you after they've listened to some episodes of yours. They're like, wait, he's like an activist. Like he's just as much of a mental health advocate as he is a personality, as he is a lover of country music. Like that's a huge part of you and your brand is the struggles that people have mental health.
Yeah, I just think, dude, that the good Lord gave me a talent to take the taboo out of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I know we talked about it on one of the shows, so I won't get into it with you again because they've probably already heard it, but I'm a suicide survivor from 2010, right? And I believe that the good Lord allowed me to get through that because I could take the taboo out of it and make people comfortable to where even before I got comfortable with it, the word suicide tasted like shit in my mouth when I said it. It was a scary word to say. And now I'm like, I tried to off myself in 2010 and I found out that there were better ways to live and that needed to be doing stuff different to where people relate with it.
Yeah, it's knocking off the stigma.
Yeah, it's taking the taboo from it.
Yeah, dude, and I feel what I love too is because Nick and I obviously like we're very much in the same world. The Josh Terry show, the Raising Grace nights at Live Oak, in the same world as what we do at Raised Rowdy. But I love that there's like so many different like segments within our segment. Like what you do and what you're able to do and what your branding is different than what ours is. It's different than what Ward does with Whiskey Jam. It's different than what the Whiskey Riff guys do in Chicago. Like everything's got a little bit different. I love how you just make things a spectacle. Like I love, like you grew up watching wrestling.
Oh,
you grew up watching the Attitude Era.
I'll guarantee you, from right before I got to middle school, I found out that hey, I like titties. Yeah, like it was nothing but wrestling.
Yeah,
then it switched to titties. Like it's just one of them things. Southern boy.
Because I love how because like I watch how like your content stuff. I'm like. Yeah. He's a heel, or he's a baby face, or he's this, or like you're Paul Heyman bringing around Brock Lesnar.
You almost got it right. You almost got it. I'm the anti-hero.
You're the anti-hero.
Yeah, I'm the Stone Cold. That's the goal, to where this guy's kind of a piece of shit, but I like him. Yeah, like Stone Cold did a lot of shit to where it was like, that's not a good guy doing it, but I'm cheering for him.
I'm rooting for him.
Yeah, that's what I want. But also too, the other, not just because I'm a huge Stone Cold fan.
Yeah, who isn't? Honestly, it's America.
But also too, I don't put myself on a pedestal. I don't want to be the good guy because it's so far to fall if you put yourself on that. I can make mistakes. I can fuck up to where if I'm a good guy, and I'm not a good guy. Like, I'm not a bad person. Don't get me wrong. But I'm not no crusader.
There's a difference between a good guy and a good person. Yeah. There's a difference.
You can see all these people that want to be loved on social media. And if they're not loved, it destroys them. It kills them. To where me, it's like, oh, you didn't like what I posted? Damn, that sucks. All right. I'm on to the next thing. Yeah. I don't need your validation. No. If I was being the good guy, I would have to get validation from you to know that I'm doing a good job.
Yeah. And I think that goes back to your mental health thing too, because that's when the moment that people stop giving a fuck is such a powerful moment in somebody's life.
It is.
It really is.
It is, dude. I can still think from the first time I walked in the Live Oak as doing the podcast or whatever, and I cared what everyone in there thinks. And if you go back and listen to those first episodes, we're going to say
I was there. Horrible. I was there for some of them.
Yeah, so it was where I was trying so hard, and I knew it. Maybe nobody else could tell, but I was trying so hard. I was pushing jokes. I was pushing conversation.
You were treating it like a radio remote where you only have 4 breaks to talk. But the difference is you've got the whole thing to talk.
Yeah, and that's not what I wanted to do there.
No.
And now I've developed it into what we've got now to where I know it works. It's do 6 hours of the show, but be funny on the intros, be funny on the exits.
Yeah.
Be funny, make say some slick shit to an artist while you're up there. That's the content. That's an attention grabber still for the listener. They're listening to good music, but what did Josh say Mark Oriole look like? Like some shit like that.
What did Brian Martin say back to Josh?
Yeah. So you're like listening to more of it. And to be real with you, that's what I've tried to do with us putting out each one of our rounds as a podcast episode. Is one, not everybody gets to come listen to a writer's round, and I think that it is horrible that they don't get to. I mean, it's just some people can't afford to come up here. Some people don't know they exist.
Yeah.
And I want people to hear them. I want people to hear what they're missing. Nashville's a lot more than Broadway bands, you know?
Dude,
like way fucking more.
Absolutely.
And I want them to know that, but also, too, I want them to be entertained.
Yeah.
And I don't get complaints on it.
No.
I would expect by some point in time now that some artists, as picky as managers are, as TMs are, as labels and everything are, I have yet to have anybody come back to me and say, I don't like the way we did business with you, our artist, either on the podcast or the Live Oak Ground. Every one of them's like, it's working.
It's fun.
It's fun.
It's something different. Yeah. The Josh Terry experience is something different than other events in town. Yeah. I mean, we know we do fucking 12 to 13 of them a month right now. We're running
fucking
ragged.
Die. I would die.
And then we're going to out of town shit, bro. Yeah. We were in Key West this past week, which I know we got our Surfside stuff here. That's
actually pretty fun.
People like those a lot. Ike and Jerry drank the piss out of those. They drank a lot of them. And then I was drinking the high rises down there, the THC ones.
Yeah,
bro. We did a case race.
A case race?
We killed. They gave us like so many cases to just give out to people and have at our events.
Yeah,
we ended up. You can't bring 10 cases of high rise on the airplane, so we did a case race.
Oh, no shit.
Me, Nikki, Ike, and Jerry.
And case race is just who can finish a case of beer first?
Me, Nikki, Jerry. Ike's not a 420 guy. Yeah. Ike was drinking the Surfside.
Yeah.
And well, not a case each, but they hit. And I had not been that high in a long time. And it was like a chill. It just felt good. It was just sitting there being giggly, bro. Yeah. Just watching the TV with the boys getting giggly.
Yeah, I got giggly last night.
Yeah, where were you last? Oh, yeah, you were with Renee and Josh, and then...
What did we do yesterday?
Yeah, what crew did you bring up with you? Because you always travel with them. I'm surprised it's just you in here right now, because you always have an entourage with you of all the
boys. And see, like, even that right there, all of a sudden, people like that befriend me. Like it's... And that's what I love about you guys, too. It's like, y'all are the same way.
Yeah.
You can't help but love you.
Yeah.
It's not like you do one episode with somebody, then no contact after that.
Yeah.
It's like, it's buddies now.
Just blowing
But
you
no,
up.
we brought up, who we got? Riley Anderson tonight.
I love Riley.
Will Mosley and Cole Goodwin, do not kick my ass when I say this, because I love both of you, and you're both amazing. Riley's my fave. Riley, of all my boys, there's something about him that I love. Every guy that we bring up with us is amazing. They're good people. They're everything. Riley's got a big place in my heart for some reason, and I also think he's just amazing.
And I think Will and Cole, we've actually got an episode with Cole coming out here soon, which I'm very excited about. But Will, obviously, the success that him and Cole are having right now is incredible.
I just got the phone with Will when I was walking in the door.
There's something about Riley Anderson's songwriting, and he makes, all three of them do, but Riley especially makes every room that he walks in better. Yeah, it's just a presence, just a big fucking teddy bear.
Yeah, and you can just tell his heart's bigger than this table. And
he's a big man. His heart might be bigger than his.
Yeah, it is. I think he's all heart. I don't think any of his cheeseburgers. It's all heart. There's something about him that's so infectious.
Yeah.
That you know from the first second that you love him, and that he's just one of those people, dude. And the more I hear his songs, I'll tell you this. It'll already be out by then probably. So I started getting into writing music.
Yeah, congrats. You had a cut recently.
Yeah.
Who was it?
Me and Brian Martin and Will Mosley got a Adam Calhoun cut, which is the weirdest goddamn thing of all time. That dude, one of the first events I ever did. This is when I was still Bearded Bastard, fucking 2017.
Oh, pre-COVID.
Yeah. I was hosting a mud bog in my hometown.
Of course you were. Of course.
I was the fucking, yeah, dude, mud bog guy.
God bless mud bogs.
Yeah, no shit. They've made me some money.
Yeah.
I've also got a couple other things I can't get rid of because of mud bogs, like bad memories. I know what y'all were thinking. Yeah. But he was part of one of them, and we didn't remain friends or friendly or whatever. Like, I don't dislike the guy at all. I just don't know him well.
Sometimes people don't click.
Yeah, we just didn't click. I think the dude's good, dude. Just didn't click. And it's just, I just always believe like the good Lord gives you little reminders that you're living right or you're going the right way in life. Like you might not be there yet, but you're on the right road. And the first thing that my name is on as a songwriter is with this guy that I met in 2017 or 16 at the first show that I hosted. When I started blowing up on social media with Snapchat and everything back then, it's like, that's a full circle moment for me. And it's a weird one because it's not like I can say, damn, Adam, that's great job, dude. You killed it. And he did a good job with it. It's just, I don't know him to do it to him.
But it's so cool that the cut is with the boys, Brian and Will as well. Dude.
It is.
That's a cool room to be in. There's a lot of songwriters that would kill to be in that room with those two boys.
Yeah, I don't know why they like me. It was, but like I come with a lot of weird concepts.
Yeah.
So I see shit from a different point of view. I think the most songwriters would, because I don't consider myself a songwriter at all. I'm not. I do it as a hobby. I'm not trying to get paid from it. I'm just having fun with it. So I can look at shit goofy. I can look at shit from outside the box. I can think about it in a way that somebody that's good, like Brian Martin and Will Mosley, wouldn't have.
Yeah.
Because it's good. Like, they know how it's supposed to be done. And just so happened that night we was at the bar, and we was talking about my girlfriend, and I was like, the only thing I've ever done right is how wrong I've done her. And like just playing like it was a joke. And then next thing you know, Brian Martin, because he speaks in fucking song, he's like, that's song. And let's go back to the house and write it. 3 hours later, we had it. And when we got done, he was like, you don't understand. That's a cut. Like, I'll tell you, he calls them wall hangers.
Wall hangers.
He says, those wall hanger. Well, okay, dude, that's cool.
Then how'd it get to Adam?
I have no idea. I don't know if him and Brian are good buddies, and he pitched it to. I don't. Out of my hands,
You don't know
dude.
how that shit
I don't
works.
fucking care. When he messaged me, this is how ignorant I am. When he messaged me,
Brian or Adam?
Brian, and he said, "Hey, well, you got your first cut. Congratulations." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" Because I didn't know he'd even sent it anywhere. And anyway, I was like, "Oh, when I get paid?" Like, that was my question.
Where's the money?
I was like, okay, don't
me the
I
money.
make something from this? And Brian just like, no,
No.
you don't.
Street cred.
That's not how this works.
Street cred for
But,
Judge Terry, the songwriter.
But I said all that to say this with Riley. Riley has been up my ass to write music, and he's like, I don't feel confident doing it at all, because I feel like I'm T-ball. Everybody else is major leagues, and I feel like you're supposed to earn the rooms you're in no matter what you're doing in life.
Yes.
And it's like, I'm not asking a single person if they want to write a song. I'll get drunk and send my buddies a concept and then be like, whatever. But I'm starting to get where like I'll do it by myself and just have fun with it or whatever, be whatever. Riley was going to surprise me tonight at the round. And I was like, I'm going to go ahead and say it so I don't cry like a bitch tonight and I'm going to get it out. But when I wrote all the way from start to finish, he's playing tonight. Wow. And when he told me yesterday, because he played it on the show, so I would have a recording of it, and like that surprise moment with him telling me on the show, and I was like, you don't have to do that. Like, you don't have to. Like, you don't have to throw me a bone or acknowledge me or whatever. Like, that's not, this is something cool for me and you. That's what it is to me. And he's like, I know, because you need to know you can do this shit. Like, we like doing it with you. Riley tries to make you feel better about yourself. And I hope everybody has a Riley Henderson in their life. That's all I can tell you. Yes, I hope.
Amen.
I'm telling you, that dude, woo, I'm getting touched up just thinking about it.
That's exciting, bro. That's really fucking cool, dude. You got a good lineup tonight for tonight.
Yeah. I know we're ending with Jacob Bryant, Justin Andrews, and Riley Anderson.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, dude. But everybody. I mean, there's a couple.
You got Trey on there tonight.
Trey, he was supposed to. We had to take him off.
Okay.
He's recording or something today.
Okay, yeah.
But it's Trey. Trey's played it like so many times. Like
he's one of the OGs. Yeah.
I think whenever he texted me the other day, he thought I was gonna be like disappointed and let down or whatever. And it's done got to where with like him, Brian, and other people, I've seen people get really salty just in the 5 years that I've been coming up here working and everything. Really salty when their friends start to get bigger and then they can't do as much stuff. I almost want you not to be able to fucking call me.
I want you to be out on the road playing fucking stadiums.
It's like, oh, you're busy? Yeah. You're doing something good for yourself? Yeah, I don't care if you come.
Oh, your music career's working?
Yeah, like, you're doing well? Yeah. Fuck you. Like, no, I don't care if you come and do my show. Because I think a lot of people, and y'all are probably the same way, to be honest with you. There's a lot of people that I invite to come play. It's not that I don't think their music is really good, because I do, but I'm really just inviting them so I can be around them.
Yeah.
Like, these are my dudes. Like, you can play the shittiest song in the world. I'm not going to care. Just hurry up and do it. Get off stage and hang out with me.
Yeah.
That's what I really care about.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to provide a good event. Y'all do too. Like, it's always that. But I grew up in a lot of locker rooms playing sports all my life.
Yeah.
this is the only thing I've ever came close to the locker room feel.
Dude, I agree.
Is being with your boys, dude.
I agree, man. Especially in music with the songwriters, with the guys that are just adjacent to it, like ourselves, you know? Like, and you've built such a crew of guys and girls that come to the different events, whether that's going to our Floribama shit show or whether that's going to your honky tonk nights that you've been doing down in Macon. Like, You've built such a culture of people that identify with you, but also happen to have their own things going, whether that's in adult entertainment or that's in comedy or that's in an inspirational company or a veteran or a musician.
Well, I wanted to cast such a wide net.
Oh, you cast the widest net out there, bro.
Yeah, well,
you really do.
But it's good walks of life.
Yes,
it's good walks. I almost want to say. And I don't mean this talent wise. I want to say just as like who you are as a person.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what you do for a living. You got a chance to be fucking great. And I feel like the people that are around us, whether they know it yet or not, they're great at what they do.
Yeah, I would agree with
and
that.
And you just make me better. Even if it is an OnlyFans girl. If you're the best at what you do and you're a good person.
It's a hustle.
Yeah. We was all talking about it on the show. We had recorded one before I came here. And we got on the topic of Dan Brazilian. Or whatever, and I was like,
Dan Bilzerian.
I can't fucking say his name right. He doesn't deserve to have a good last name or anything with all those women.
He's an interesting character.
One thing I always admired about him is I think he figured out something that's almost for free for marketing, if you do it the right way, is he has all these women around him all the time. I don't know if he's sleeping with them. I don't know if he's not or whatever. But it makes him look so cool to certain people. And it's like, wait, you didn't pay for advertising. You didn't sit there and take, all day one day to record 8 podcasts. You just literally had good looking women around you having fun and everybody's buying your shit. Hey, let me give you some of them bitches. Like, I need some of them. Like, y'all just go everywhere with me. They made the comment that when we went out on Monday night, there was like 6 women with us and one of their boyfriends. And everywhere we went, people were like staring at us. And like they said, dude, you don't realize like you look like you're something special. Like you look like you're supposed to be known. And I was like, I know. Like I know I'm not. Like I'm nothing special. But that's the image that like I want to get off to people is like maybe I need to find out who that is. Like I want to look like somebody that you need to figure out who that is. That you want to come say hey to, not because I need your acceptance or anything or attention. But I want you to come say hey to me so I can tell you what I do so you can go look it up. Like
it's marketing.
It's marketing for me. It's not like I'm not craving attention, but also too I have to market.
Yeah.
And instead of spending fucking money on money, like why not just have good looking women and some great songwriters and some really cool dudes, content creators that I actually like around me, and let it do itself. And let it market itself.
And some characters. And lately you've been in the saga, and I'm glad it seems like the book has finally closed.
It fucking better be.
I remember the night that you sent Nikki and I a screenshot, and you were like, "Who's this guy?" And we're like, "Oh shit, we got to call Josh." And we talked with you on the phone and explained the situation of the history of the Wolfman. But going back to professional wrestling, I'm like, Josh is in this is like a WWE Attitude Era field, Attitude Era feud, and it's looking like these guys are getting ready for like Hell in the Cell or WrestleMania or whatever. And then you made the guy go babyface. At the end, I think so. Like you flipped him, you gave him the opportunity to flip from heel to babyface.
What would have been great? What would have been wonderful? And everybody has asked me, like, did you like stage this shit and everything?
No, you didn't stage any of it.
I know. I wish I would have.
Why is that?
Because I could have made it so much better. Like if you would have gave me to where I could have planned it like wrestling or whatever, a storyline.
I think there was a storyline. I was looking. I don't even go on TikTok, and I was looking on TikTok to be like, "Oh my god, what did Cody post?"
It was stuff that was developed generically, which I think is what made it good. Yeah. And maybe if I would have wrote a storyline for it would have been too much. But like, there are certain things like I probably would have played it a little bit longer. Like even tonight, like if I would have had it my way, if I would have wrote a script for it, I would have said Cody Wolfe's coming tonight. I would have said it tonight to pack out that bar and just see, like, everybody just see what he's going to do or whatever. And then I would have waited till the last minute. I would have got him to make a video or something.
Yeah, put the video up
put
on the
a
screen.
video up there and be like, hey, I'm too good for Live Oak or whatever. Like, but no, it's you can't. I like things to be entertaining, but I don't like chaos. But I can deal with controlled chaos.
Yes.
There's no controlled chaos there. Like, it's chaos, and I feel for the dude. I do. Probably about a week before we did that episode, I had a phone call with him, and I hadn't even talked about this on my show yet. I had a phone call with him. I got really hurt by some of the stuff that people were saying online, and I was not gonna be part of that. Like, I called him and I let him know, I don't like anything that you do, but it's not my place to give you like that. You don't need my approval, dude. But one thing I'm not going to do is keep making these videos and stuff to where people are bashing things you can't help. I'm not going to be that dude.
Yeah.
Like, I'll let them sit here and talk about how shitty your music is all day. That you're delusional.
Yeah.
But there are some things like that. I feel like I'm above that. I'll talk shit to my friends all day and tell them what a piece of shit they are, because I know they can take it and they're not going to take it personal. They're just going to give it right back.
That's a different dynamic. That's a different thing.
I can't. I'm not going to sit here and watch people pick on somebody.
Yeah,
that's not me.
And that's what it was starting to.
Yeah, there was some people. Some stuff was funny. I'm not gonna lie. There was some stuff that was funny.
When it's going off of the crazy shit that he's saying, that's one thing. But when it's physical appearance and things like that, that's a different thing.
That's just not like. I was bullied as a kid. Most of us were. Like, everybody at some point in time has somebody talking shit about them as a kid, right?
Yeah.
I was, and I ended up being bullied so bad as a kid that by the time I got to high school and stuff, I became the bully. So I projected the hate that had been given to me.
Yeah.
And I'm not that way. Like, I'm not that person anymore, and I'm damn glad I'm not that person anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna sit here and watch people do this to this kid. Like, he deserves some shit now. Don't get me wrong, because even that episode that I did with him,
there was still some stuff in there.
Yeah, but I was just like, I can't do this no more. When there was times, because there was like one of my buddies called me, and he doesn't know anything about the industry. He's a hometown dude. I love him.
That's a Josh Terry fan.
He's one of my
there.
babies. Like, we're just. He's like my brother.
Yeah.
He was like, dude. He's like, I think you went a little hard on the guy, and I was like, I didn't. I tried my best to show him grace, but if you'd have known some of the shit that he was saying, even then, it was outlandish. It's like, I kind of wanted to throw a couple more jabs in there, but it wasn't done.
No, I think you did. I think you did really well. We listened to it while we were walking back from one of the pool parties in Key West, and we saw it get posted, and we're like, oh shit, we all gotta listen, and we listened on our walk back.
You should see. I wish I could show it to you now. The day it came out, we get these hot maps with our management company. It shows me what areas are listening to the show or all that, whatever.
There's probably a ton of Nashville.
Key West, God.
Oh, Key West?
Fucking blew.
Well, that's because most of Nashville was in Key West. Yeah.
So there was like so many people down there listening to it, and I was like, they're supposed to be having a good time right now, and they're listening to me.
I feel like that's kind of helped. Like, that's like that little chapter will be a part of the Nashville story of Josh Terry. Like, I call you the Wolf Slayer, bro.
Yeah. I don't know if I want to be called that, but it's one of those things that when I get done with something, I'm done with it.
Yeah, move on to the next.
Yeah,
thing.
and also too, the last week of that month, we were coming back up here for 2 days to play in that Creative Vets golf tournament.
Oh, which looked awesome.
I love Creative Vets. I love everything about them. So my schedule that week was literally supposed to be promote Creative Vets, promote people going, and like, they don't ask me to do it.
This is what you do.
I love what they do for veterans.
Yeah.
And that's what was supposed to be my content all week. I was so screwed up in the head about that shit that I didn't want to do anything. I took a whole week off, didn't post an episode, nothing, because I wanted to figure out how to handle it, because it was weighing on me. Because I'm not going to be responsible for somebody feeling bad about themselves. If you like, there's some people can't take a joke, and I've got to understand that.
Yeah.
And then some people are just hateful as fuck, and I don't want that hate going onto somebody, and I was the platform to help get the hate there.
Yeah.
That's not me, dude.
No.
I could have kept doing it. I mean, it spiked the ratings. I ain't gonna lie. Like it was good. Like it was some good fucking numbers.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. And sales were good on that shirt and some other stuff, but that's not what I'll be known for.
No.
Like I've always said, and I say it every chance I get, morals over money for me. I've been broke a lot of my life. I can be broke a little bit more. If I'm not making money the right way, I don't want to make it.
Yeah.
Like I don't have to sell my soul yet.
Makes sense.
Like and that right there started weighing. I didn't want no more part of it. And I hope if he listens to this or whatever, that like he just remembers what I told him on the phone that day, is like, because he called me the day after it came out, and he was upset. This is 12 hours after it posted. He called me and he was like, there's people messaging me and they're saying nice things, but nobody wants to work with me yet. And I was like, Cody, it's been 12 hours.
Yeah.
You're going to have to, like, you've gained their respect enough to where they're being nice and they're being friendly.
Now you got to show it.
Now show your worth.
Yeah.
Like, if you start going, like, backtracking, you're screwed. Like, don't backtrack, dude.
You're giving him you opened the door for him to be able to walk through and make some progress and change the perception.
And I hope he did, because even it was funny. Nick Haynes.
Oh, I love Nick.
Messaged me this long message one day. It was extremely nice, sweet, and you could tell, and it was like the good Lord got him to message me and say what I was already thinking, like, and it's what I needed to hear at the time, because I was at kind of crossroads with it, because you know me, I'm a fucking crash test dummy. I will burn a house down in a heartbeat to prove a point, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm really gonna have to make an example of this kid. Like he doesn't realize it, but like I'm going 50% right now, and I'm only doing 50% because you won't stop. I'm giving it just enough attention because I know it's good for the show, it's good for social media, and it's easy work for me.
Yeah.
To make a couple jabs at somebody, make a couple videos, there's no effort in that for me. But I knew it wasn't right. And when Nick sent me that message, dude, and then right after that, I think Tyler Reeves sent me one that was kind of along the same lines. I'd seen like a couple more, but I was like, you know what? I gotta chill. Like this kid don't know what he grew up with. I know how he's acted to people. He don't deserve it. Like none of us deserve that shit. Like everybody fucks up. I'm a king of fuck ups.
Yeah, I've had my moments. Yeah,
I am the king.
Absolutely, every person has.
Yeah, and it's like, man, if we don't show grace and we don't forgive somebody else when they fuck up, that means we don't deserve to be forgiven when we fuck up.
Yeah,
in my mind.
Yeah, and you talk about grace, and something that you document very well is that you are a parent. Yep. You have your little girl, she's not
an asshole.
She's not just a little girl no more.
She'll be 13 this year, and
what's it like? Because I'm around a 5-year-old all the time, and and 5-year-old is awesome.
Oh yeah,
I have good times with Erin and her daughter Charlotte, but like a 13-year-old now.
She'll be 13 in September.
Like?
Dude, she's a bitch.
How so? Give me an example.
Yeah.
What has she been doing lately?
Okay, so me and my girlfriend went through this little spat like a week or so ago, or like last week or whatever. I jump to conclusions on everything. So like if you say, hey, I need a little bit of time or space or whatever, I'm already in my head, because I have such bad abandonment issues.
You're like, it's over.
I was like, God damn this bitch. Like, I done lost 7 months and done been nice to you. Like, just mad as hell.
Yeah.
And so anyway, like, I was under the assumption that we kind of like were split up or whatever. Like, there was something else. Because I'm always going to think the worst.
Yeah.
There's nowhere. There's another dude.
You'd rather just be disappointed than...
I just already would disappoint the fuck out of myself and make something out of it. Well, we're on the way somewhere, and it's me, Gracie, and her mother. We're on the way to her orthodontist appointment. And I said something, and I said, Gracie, you look like an asshole right now doing that. And she looked at me and she said, well, you look single. And I was like, are you shitting me?
She is the daughter of Josh Terry. She is your kid. That's you.
She's amazing.
That's you in a little girl form. Yeah. She is amazing. And to come back at you like that.
But she knows... She knows how to handle me better than anybody else. She knows that I need some validation every once in a while. Like nobody else has ever got me. And like even while I was up here, I went and hosted an event for Rock the South or something, whatever it is, on last Friday. down south. I'm gonna have to look
Rock down south.
Yeah,
that's
because
what
I don't want
to down in Atlanta.
I don't want to mess it up.
That looked like a cool event too.
Yeah, it was cool.
Looked like it went well.
It was good. I had a very good time. But like it was for Make-A-Wish.
Yeah,
and
another charity that you've.
This is the first time I've ever worked with Georgia Make-A-Wish, but it being what it is.
Yeah, it being what it is, totally on brand for you. Yeah,
it's like I'm gonna go do shit like that. If you ask me and I can make a difference and help somebody, it don't matter if it's raised fucking $50 more. I'm gonna go do it.
Yeah.
But there's a picture that they posted thanking me and everything for hosting it, and it's me holding a Make-A-Wish flyer up on stage or whatever. And my daughter sent me a smart ass text message first, and I will read you the text message. That this little
I don't know. I think I've met Gracie once. I got to meet her again.
Oh, you definitely. She'll be up here next month. Actually.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, for our shows next month, she's gonna be here.
Hell yeah.
She sent me this. She said, "I posted you on my Instagram story today, so show me some gratitude." And because she does not acknowledge me or anything that I do on her social media at all. And I love her for that. She I get it because she gets kind of like, I don't really want people to know who I am and all that kind of stuff. But she posted that picture of me from Make-A-Wish. That's her way of saying she's proud of me.
Yeah.
Like, you're doing a good job. And she knows that sometimes I need that shit. And she's the best in that aspect. But that mouth, that attitude, I'm screwed. I'm so fucked. It's not even funny. But it's also like that thing, and I've heard parents and everybody say this forever. It's like, that's what you would have said, so you can't get mad. And it's like, yeah, I can't get mad. She knows I can't spell. I'm dyslexic. Anytime anything's happening to where she wants a good punch at me or whatever, doesn't matter what's going on. If I give her a little shit, she's like, spell giraffe.
Oh, jeez.
And I'm like, you bitch. You know I can't.
That's great. So yeah, you got Gracie, and then you got a couple dogs, and one of the dogs he's made his debut on cover art for Cole Goodwin.
You know how fucking mad.
He made his debut on cover art before you did, Josh.
Yeah.
He's part of the centerpiece.
You have no idea how mad I am that dog is the one that got on anything.
Yeah.
That dog's a piece of shit. That dog is the worst.
What's that dog's name
Woodrow.
again? Woodrow.
That dog is the worst. That dog is the worst animal the good Lord ever created.
So why do you have him?
I can't fucking get rid of him now. He's been around almost 4 years.
How'd you acquire him?
I bought him. I've always wanted a Basset Hound. But right before I opened the studio, I had another Basset Hound that was about a year old. His name was Gus, and Gus got stolen from me on a Friday, and then by Tuesday he had been returned. I'm guessing they figured out what a piece of shit he was too, because he didn't listen. He was a bad dog. So we ended up getting him back, and then he got ran over 2 days later. So it was like a roller coaster ride that week. It was real sad. But then the first week that the studio was open, this woman messaged me on social media. She saw where my dog died the previous week, and she said, "Hey, if you want another Basset Hound, we just had a litter. I'll give you X amount if you want it, if you want one." And of course, I'm still in the fucking grieving stage, and I'm like, I want another dog. That'll make me feel all better. And I swear to you, Matt, you would have had to know what piece of shit Gus was. It's like the soul of that dog went into this dog, and he's just as big of a piece of shit. He doesn't listen. I've always had labs. These are the first 2 Basset Hounds I ever had. Labs listen when you tell them to do absolutely anything. They're amazing dogs.
Yeah.
You know who doesn't? Fucking Basset Hounds. They don't listen to nothing. They're moody. They have an attitude.
Moody?
They're the worst. What
does he get moody about?
Everything. I'm telling you, in my backyard, I will leave them out there. They're dogs. It's beautiful weather in Georgia right now before it gets too hot. If it's late at night and he wants to come in, the Labs is laying there chilling, having a great time. That dog's going,
waking up the whole day.
And then when you let him in or whatever, if you don't let him get underneath you while you're sleeping, he makes noises all night. And I'm fucking fat and I sweat when I sleep anyway.
You got no room.
Yeah, and it's like, get your ass on. And he'll he just fuck with you the whole time. He's a horrible animal. I got a surprise for you, by the way, since you brought those up. When is this episode probably going to come out?
This will be coming out next Tuesday.
Okay, cool. So they won't be ready yet. But I met with an artist the other day that is doing this artwork for me that I have been.
Oh, it's like a drawing.
Yeah, it's so fucking badass. So there's a tip of the hat to you and Nikki in there.
Okay.
So imagine Live Oak stage. I don't know if you ever seen the chair that I record the podcast in back at the studio, but it's like a red velvet throne.
Oh, okay.
So the throne's in the middle of the stage. I'm sitting in it. And then a lot of our friends, the cartoon character of them is in it. And it is going to be where it's complete chaos on the stage. The Basset Hound's running around with a liquor bottle in his mouth. The Lab sitting next to my leg. Lee Tucker's fat chuckling next to me. My daughter's on the edge of the stage looking sweet and sassy. She's the only one that looks cute in it. But I started to put you and Nikki in it. And because I put Trey in it.
Yeah.
Just because he's one of those that I really value him as a person.
Yeah, dude.
I really do. I do think he's an amazing person.
Yeah, I agree.
And I was like, I've got so many people in here. I got to do something for Raised Rowdy. Like I have to. So on the wall in the back, there's a big Raised Rowdy logo.
Hell yeah.
So
hell yeah, dude. We appreciate that.
Like I appreciate all you guys. And whenever I'd come up with this idea like a while ago, and the guy who did my logo for the podcast is a dude that's over in he's done some stuff with Wetzel, Colder Wall,
nice.
A lot of people. But he's kind of hard to get in touch with.
Yeah.
So, I pitched him this idea a year ago. And he's like, yeah, I'll get you some artwork and stuff done for it. And this hasn't came to be or anything. So, this guy messaged me the other day and was, showing me some stuff that he's done for another company that we work with. And I was like, dude, if you can bust this out, this is going to be the favorite thing that I've done.
Hell yeah.
And I'm telling you, I am excited. Trey's in it. Brian, Will Cole, Riley Anderson, of course.
Hell yeah.
Dave McMahon. I mean, it's everybody that I
the
love.
homies, yeah.
It's everybody. Because, I'm still, and I know y'all are the same way. That's why I fuck with y'all. Because there's a lot of people that ask me to do shit, and I won't do it. And I think that's why, you either love me or you really don't like me. And it's not that I think anybody's doing anything bad if I don't work with them. It's just it doesn't fit me.
Yes.
And I've learned that it's okay to tell somebody, hey, you're doing a good job, but it does not fit me.
Yes.
I'm not mixing.
Yeah, dude,
I'm not mixing with that.
Bro. It's very important.
And the only reason why we are where we are is because of everybody that's got there. I wouldn't have great conversations if I didn't have, people like y'all. I wouldn't be hooked up with Live Oak if it wasn't for Vaden.
Yeah.
And everything. It's everybody.
Yeah.
So I feel like, man, I got to do something to tip my hat.
Hell yeah, dude. We appreciate that.
To
I'm excited.
everybody.
I'm excited to see it.
It's badass.
I'm very excited to see
I
it.
can't wait. I'm building it up in my head so bad right now. And if this dude fucks it up, I'm going to be like, dude, Jesus Christ, I'm going to have to bring back Michelangelo or something from the dead to do it. If it can't be done right.
It'd be wild, dude.
Oh, shit.
Hell yeah.
Dude, I'm excited. Y'all got, and by the way, too, I love y'all doing the stuff at Losers. I can't ever go again.
Oh yeah,
but
you want to talk about that story?
I don't care. We can.
Because I was gonna say, so I don't know the full specifics of that night because I was not present.
Yeah. Well, first off, anybody at Losers in management, I'm sorry. I love Losers. I will never badmouth Losers.
Yeah.
I think that this is a complete misunderstanding.
That's what I think it is from what I've heard about it.
But also, too, you own a business. I love Losers.
Yeah.
I don't think that they did anything wrong. I think it was a jump call. I think if you would have actually known the whole thing or saw the video that got posted before it got took down. So we went, this is last November, me and Will Mosley. We got invited by somebody to go to a private party at Losers. We went, having a great time, cards on file. Post Malone's there. They didn't have a card on file, but it's Post Malone. I don't fucking blame him. Post Malone walks up. He's got someone there to take care of it.
Yeah.
100%. He's paying his bill.
Yeah.
It's stupid to think he wouldn't pay his bill. And so I don't knock them for all of that. All it was is when I went to cash out, theirs was right next to mine. There wasn't a card on file. And it got charged to my card. Not a big deal. Complete accident. It's an honest mistake.
Yeah.
Any bartender in this town, me or you would have made it.
Yeah.
I get it. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
What was funny is the next day we're headed to an event in Alabama, and that was my business card, not my personal. So I keep X in one account, X in the other. And I went to go pay for gas the next day. And it's not like I keep a whole hell of a lot of money in that account.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's fuck taxes. Like, anybody with IRS listening to this, kiss my ass too. So I don't keep a lot of money in that account, Matt.
Yeah.
And it got declined when I stopped to get gas. And I was like, the fuck? Like, I know there was enough money for a tank of gas and some more shit in there.
Yeah.
And so anyway, it got declined. And I called my bank, and there was like this big ass charge from Losers. And I was like, oh no. I was like, like, I know I've ran up some bills there. I ain't never fussed about it before. I've paid them every time because I deserve to.
Yeah.
Not this
You're
one.
like, I know that me and my boys can drink.
Yeah, not this one. So I called.
Four digits?
Not close to it. I think I over-exaggerated it when I made the video. I think I said it was like close to 1,000, but they didn't show what the tip was. Oh. Like, you would figure Post Malone tipped on the shit. Like,
yeah.
Whatever. Like, so I think I over-exaggerated when I said close to 1,000, but it was up there. Like, it's fucking up there. And anyway, so I called, and the GM for them could not have been nicer.
Yeah.
He was so nice. He laughed about it. And so Will was recording the conversation between me and him while he was on the phone.
Content.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a funny misunderstanding at one of our favorite bars.
It's a funny misunderstanding. I love the bar.
Yeah.
I'm a Post Malone fan. And the way I've told everybody this, I don't know a single person in this town that's in this industry or whatever, that if you have a chance to post something that could connect with Post Malone in a good way, in a good light, you're going to do it.
Yeah.
There's no one that's not shooting that shot. So I posted it and it got attention. Whiskey Riff and everything picked it up and all this kind of stuff. But the whole time I said, Losers was wonderful. They took care of it right away.
Yeah.
But there's no one here that would not have made that content. And I looking back at it now, somebody asked me the other day, be like, since you can't go to Losers no more, you feel bad about posting that video? I'm like, no, because if it would have got Post Malone on my show, I wouldn't have gave a shit.
Yeah.
Like, and I still, to this day, I ain't mad at them. There's other bars that sell alcohol here. I mean, I'd rather go to Losers.
Yeah.
I'd rather.
And we'd love to have you.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'd love to come to y'all stuff. I used to come to town a day early, dude, on Sunday nights. Just when Justin Andrews would play there on Sunday nights, it was my favorite for some reason. To go from 10 to 2 there, I'd make sure I was in town where I could go see that every time.
Yeah.
And now it's like, okay, well, he's at the local. I'll go hang out with Jeff and him at the local. Or I'll go, or I'll go to damn Live Oak.
Jeff, yeah.
They'll let me do business with them. And that's the thing. I try in any situation to put myself in someone else's shoes.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at them whatsoever, but I also am not the person I'm not gonna make a bigger deal out of it than it has to be.
It was a misunderstanding.
It's like if they were cruel and they were hateful, I'd burn that motherfucker down. Like, I'd be like, I got herpes at Losers, don't go in there. I'd say the worst shit. Somebody's got herpes from Losers.
Somebody's got herpes from, I think, every bar.
Every fucking bar, everywhere.
Every bar.
But there's something special about that place, and I do love it. And I love that y'all do stuff there.
Yeah, it's fun, dude.
And that's why, I would never bash.
Yeah.
It's one of the, but also, too, I'm not the one that's going to ask for forgiveness in that situation. It's like, if they ever say, hey, it was a misunderstanding, thank you for not bashing us or anything like that. Like, I'd come back in there tomorrow.
You'd go in, you'd bring all the whole crew in there.
Well, dude, every time we came, we took fucking 10, 15 people in there with us whenever we went.
Yeah.
And now, I've caught myself on Broadway a little bit more lately, and I don't know why.
Where are your Broadway spots?
Dude, I like Chiefs. AJ's and Chiefs.
I haven't been to Chiefs yet.
Chiefs is different. Chiefs to me, is not a Broadway bar. You've been to the listening room at Floribama or whatever it is, like the top one?
Yeah, it's more like that.
Yeah, so their middle room there is that. It's like somebody went to Floribama, saw that room, and said, we're putting this shit right here.
No shit.
Yeah, I love how they have it, literally, they have the stage in the middle of the floor where you're completely surrounded on all sides. Piano, everything is so cool. It looks like a 70s dive bar in there. But the bottom floor is where they have live music. Or they have live music there too, but like full band.
Yeah.
On the bottom floor. And it's so cool looking, first off, but two, like they've had the Reeves brothers in there a lot.
Yeah.
They've had like, they've had bands that are playing more traditional stuff. And that's what I also like about AJ's too, though, because it's little like
it's a honky tonk.
Yeah, it's honky tonk type shit, right? And it's cool. It's a really cool vibe in there. Like I can deal with Chiefs and AJ.
I got to go and check it out, especially because Erin is a huge Eric Church fan.
Yeah,
she signed up in the fan club and has probably seen him like 10 or 12 times.
When you walk into that bottom, she's gonna pass out. It's so cool. The way that they designed that place, it's like imagine 1 million vinyls, lopsided, stacked on each other. Floor, walls, ceiling.
Wow.
And then it's glossed over. So everywhere you look is an Eric Church vinyl or a poster. But it's also too like a play on them. So like some of them, it might be the Chief album, but they've done like some outrageous artwork to it.
Oh, so it stands out. That's cool. I like that.
Oh, dude. And then they had this like a whole ass. You seen the like around a pool table, the lights that are up here?
Yeah.
All right, so they have one of those over the whole bar.
Wow.
And it's got Chiefs on it. And it just looks like this old stained glass thing from Cheers or some shit.
Wow.
It's so cool. I gotta give them this. Cotton Eye Joe's was there for I don't know how long. I don't know if I ever even went in the Cotton Eye Joe's.
I never went in there.
I don't think I ever have. But they took the neon sign from Cotton Eye Joe's and they put it behind the main stage.
Oh, cool.
And it's that's cool to me. It's like tipping your hat to
the
them.
History of the building.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
That's like if you go to Whiskey Row, the second floor. I don't know if it still does, but the second floor, the club level at Whiskey Row. I don't know if they still have it, but at one point they had guitars hanging from the ceiling because that building used to be the guitar store on Broadway.
Yeah.
So it was like the homage to what was there before because you have all those old historic buildings and shit. And it's like, it was always cool to see those guitars dangling from the ceiling because it was a guitar store. And like Luke Bryan's used to be a bank. I remember when that was a bank, like
it's still a bank.
Yeah. They're printing money.
they're making money, baby.
How chaotic do you think it's going to be in a few weeks when
Morgan's
opens up?
It's
gonna be nuts. That to me is gonna be like there's.
You know what? I'm excited about it because I think it's gonna clear out everything else. It's gonna make everything else more manageable to go in.
That's kind of how I've felt about Barstool because Barstool is the same crowd as the Tin Roof crowd and the Tin Roof line and crowd. Which I'm not a regular at Tin Roof, but it's a cool spot. But it's not what it was since Barstool opened up, and now. Because it used to be you'd have like one bar a year opening up. Yeah. That used to be kind of the thing when I first got here in 2018. Now you have multiple of these artist bars. You have FGL's turning into Lainey Wilson's. That's gonna be cool. Luke Combs' place to the old Wild Horse. You've got all these things opening up now, but I think it's gonna be crazy down there.
Yeah, I don't think that no white woman is going to go anywhere else. I think that they're going to be in droves going in to his bar.
And the location of it's right behind Whiskey Row, near that old alley in between the Ryman. It's
dude, it's going to be rough. I'm telling you, I'm not going. No, there's going to be nothing but fuck boys and just woo girls.
Yeah.
And that's all that's going to be there.
Yeah,
There's going to be good music. I would imagine though too. Because see, I've changed my opinion on him so much.
How so?
I didn't know whether if I liked him, to start off with. And I don't have any idea. Never met the dude.
Yeah.
I shook his hand once at Red Door. Not a conversation. It's nothing like that. There's something about him because I'm older, right? So I see somebody doing something, and I'm like, would I have done it that way? I started playing like that old man mentality or whatever. And then some of his stuff is like, that's not that country. Am I supposed to like this? And then I catch myself getting into that shit, dude.
Yeah.
Right? I'm like, I really like this. I think he's one of those, and I hate to admit this, he's one of those that no matter who it is, whether it's a 13-year-old girl like my daughter or a 36-year-old man like me, he's good.
Yeah.
He's somebody I can take my daughter to a concert and us both equally enjoy it.
Yeah.
And I think there's something really special about that it crosses age barriers and it crosses even cynics like me, this traditionalist. It's so good. Everything, it's
generational.
Yeah, it's good. It's something that we're going to look back in 10 years and be like, this dude had hits. He still got hits.
Just like we're doing right now with FGL 10 years later. That first FGL record, I loved it. That was my college experience.
Me and Josh Phillips talked about this on the show the other day. I hate that you said that because I agree.
Yeah,
I 100%
we all
agree.
drank Fireball in 2013. We all drank Fireball whiskey in 2013, 2014.
Yeah.
And then it slowly started to go because I don't think music was ready for where they were going. And now it's free for all. Yeah. Anything goes kind of thing. No pun intended with their record, but it's like and I feel like Wallen's an extension of that.
Yeah, I think
because he comes from their cloth. Like that's the team. Yeah. That's if you look up the history of it, like he was writing songs for those guys. Like he was doing that, you know?
Yeah, and it's amazing to me. Because you're 100% right, but it's amazing how much I can dislike Florida Georgia Line, but how much I like Morgan Wallen. Yeah, and you're right.
It's the evolution of it.
Yeah, it's just damn near the same thing.
Yeah,
I don't know. He's just cooler to me. And he's so unapologetic. I think that's where like some of the stuff I've heard all these people bitch and everything about the chair and stuff. Like, first of all, I think that was a setup anyway.
I don't think it was a setup because I think he's doing that shit anyway. That could happen any night.
I'm just saying, I think it was publicity stunt.
I don't think so.
I do, and I'll tell you why. We were there that weekend. We got in town on Sunday. It happened on Sunday. We were not at Chiefs or whatever, but that bar opened up on Friday night. We went in there on Saturday or on Monday. We went in there on Monday, the day after it happened or whatever, right? And if you go in the elevator, and there's a couple other places, there's where somebody has drew chairs on the wall. And it's not like it's part of the artwork is what I'm saying. Like it's not like somebody took a marker to the wall.
So it's like a little Easter egg kind of thing.
It's in the elevators. And I'm thinking, because even like it came out that he was supposed to go to court on Friday and he didn't, because that was on social media. I think it was a thing that acknowledged, Morgan Wallen's wilding out having a good time at Chiefs, and it's open now. Yeah, people pack. Yeah, like
okay.
I think that's what it was.
I can see it. See, I've just seen him do some crazy shit, just having worked security in town and all that. And I first met him in 2016, 2017 when he would come up do radio tour in Jersey. Yeah, and I remember seeing him like short hair, snapback, like flat brim hat like this. Like I remember seeing that version of him.
He just seems like the type that's more self-inflicted punishment. Like there's something about him, like some of the stuff I've seen, the drinking, all that other kind of shit. He seems like the kind of person that if he was going to do something that's more self-inflicted than to throw a chair over the roof and potentially really harm somebody. It doesn't seem like he's the type of person that wants to hurt somebody. And I would imagine any adult, no matter how fucked up you were, would think, if I throw a 20-pound chair off a fucking roof and I don't know what's down there, plus nobody got hit, nobody got hurt, and a cop picked it up right away. Come on. That was publicity, baby. It's great. It's great. Unless that sumbitch gets a felony and he's got to go do 30 days in the clink, it's a fucking media stunt.
I guess we'll see, dude. And it's like, imagine the cameras were around and social media was around back when McGraw and Chesney were out partying. Yeah. And Tracy Lawrence and those 90s guys, because they were doing wild shit too.
Dude, of course they were.
They were doing wild shit.
They were Manzeling the shit out of it. I know. That's why, like, I'm telling you, I'm not scared to be successful. Like I have my doubts with it to where like success does scare me. But at the same time, it's like I've done my wild stuff. I'm getting to where now like I can turn it on. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, I know. I've seen it.
But like I'm not getting where I got to turn it on all the time anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm learning when to turn it on better. Even from the first time I did the shows with you guys. Like our shit at Live Oak was wild as hell.
Dude, I was sitting there ripping a dab pen. Yeah. Well, you guys were drinking because I can't drink anymore. So it's like I was elevating myself to join in the degeneracy that was the early days of the Josh Terry shit show at Live Oak.
Yeah, and
because it's come a long way, and I think it's more legitimate now because of the way you do it.
Well, that's the one thing I wanted. I'm so scared to be is a joke. Like, and I don't want it. It's one thing if I make the joke and then I play along with it. But I don't ever want to be perceived as a joke. Yeah. And I saw the potential in it because I think y'all are the same way I am. I think what Ward has done with Whiskey Jam is fucking amazing.
He's the godfather.
Yeah, it's just like I want to one day have something that is comparable. Like, I don't want to piss on y'all's shoes or anybody else's shoes or Ward's shoes.
Yeah.
But I feel like I'm not doing myself a justice, my daughter or anybody that's took time, effort, money, whatever, and put into this, if I don't try to produce the best thing that I can. And I think me taking it more serious has made it better. It's made more artists want to work with us.
Dude, yeah, and the caliber of people like on the songwriter level and the artist level now, like you're in country music media. Yeah. You're in country music media. You're in small town, people want to get away from their problems and listen to something that they're going to find interesting, funny, or helpful. You're in that lane. That's how we kind of describe it. Like, if you want to get a little Jerry Springer, you can do that.
Oh, we can do it.
You can go whichever way you want to go. Your pillars are so far out where there's so much that fits in. But yeah, I would agree that like over the past few years of knowing you, like now.
Well, I've always wanted it to be, like I said, I don't want to, as much as I want country music to be a part of this, it's a part. It's not the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I do not want to focus on it just. I don't want me to do 20 shows a month, podcast, 20 shows a month, and 19 of them be with an artist.
No, you can't.
I want it to be whatever that month. I don't want to put myself in a box where I say I have to do 10 with artists, 10 with social media personalities, whatever. No. I want to put out what I think is the best content at the time, regardless of who it is.
And what I love is when you mix in, you'll have an artist and you'll have a personality on it together.
I do it a lot. I don't know that like it's just so simple, but it's hard. But we both know people that ought to have huge social media followings, fan base, everything, because they're so talented. Yeah. They just can't catch a break because they suck at social media. Yeah. They are horrible at it. Then you get some asshole like me that figures out, oh, we can have fun with social media and it goes good. Well, I'm not great at that, but I'm around people that are fucking great at social media. And it's like, you know what really works? I get content from this person and their point of view. I get my songwriter buddy that deserves to get acknowledgement. All I've got to do is put them together, control the conversation, and they're going to share their stuff. That's why I invite all these badass OnlyFans girls and social media personalities to our rounds, is so they'll share the artists on stage. And it works. People and
then they love it because they love country music, and they're like, "Oh my God, this is a song. This is a songwriter. This music's incredible." Like, and then they fall in love with it. They're thinking they're the ones making out like bandits because they're getting to hang with all these artists and getting to watch the country music scene develop. And then these guys are like, "Holy shit, that's somebody with this huge following." So everybody's winning, Josh.
Yeah. It works, dude. And I don't know who could control the egos better than me.
They
listen to me, and I cannot tell you why. I think it's maybe because I'm a little bit older. I'm not childish or anything like. And I think that they realize, hey, he's done other stuff, like got some awards in radio, some other shit, and all this kind of stuff. Like, so maybe he does know what he's talking about.
I think it's the intention.
Yeah.
You want the best for anybody that is in your family, anyone that you believe in. And we were talking about Riley Henderson's heart.
Yeah.
You got a big one too, brother.
Oh, yeah.
You really do.
Yeah.
And I think people recognize that. And that's one of the reasons Nick and I love you, dude.
Oh, dude.
You're like our wild cousin that we look forward to seeing at Thanksgiving dinner. We want to play tackle football with in the backyard and have our mamas all yell.
I'd like to see me and Nikki's fat ass playing tackle football. See which one gave out or tore ACL
dude,
first.
When we used to do the kickball games, and Nikki came to a couple of the kickball games, and it was something.
Yeah, it'd be something to fucking get a ventilator out there for my fat ass.
Dude, yeah, him. It would be like me, him, Trey, Dawson Edwards, Ella Langley, like that whole crew, and everybody just be Ryan Nelson would be freaking out. Trey Bonner would have his shirt off. Like it'd be wild times.
Yeah. But see, like, even with you saying all those folks, those are like y'all's folks. Those are y'all's family, right? And with us, it's the same thing that y'all have. It's success don't mean shit to us unless all of us succeed.
Yeah, dude. High tides raise all ships.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I want to root for you because rooting for you is almost like rooting for me.
Yeah, that's exactly how we feel.
Yeah,
same kind of thing.
I can't sit here and validate myself all the time because I'm not that person. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, I think I'm the best podcaster out there because I don't think I'm good at what I do. And I can't do that. But when you hear people saying it about you and then you're doing the same thing towards them, you realize that their opinion of you is just as high as yours is of them.
Yeah.
That is the best fucking feeling to me. And that's just so good for your mental health. It's so good for just your quality of life. To be around people that reinforce the idea that you are good enough. You are good enough at whatever you're doing. On the opposite side of that, we cut out toxic people like that as soon as it happens. And it's not even like some people have left our family, left our little group, but we still root for them. I still want them to succeed. I'm still proud of them.
Yeah.
It's not that I have any ill feelings. It's just some shit works, some shit don't.
Yeah.
I mean, it's that simple.
Yeah.
Some people vibe, some people don't.
Yeah, that's how
and
it works.
I'm learning more and more every day that I want to be around people that make me feel good about myself, and it's easy.
Yeah.
It is always easy. You're not calling me with constant bullshit. You're not giving me anxiety all the fucking time or making your problems mine. I don't project my problems onto anyone. My problems are me. And especially in this stuff, you can take one person, they'll screw up a whole house.
Yeah.
They'll screw up a whole trip by just their attitude. Me and my daughter have a saying, it's attitude is everything.
Yeah, absolutely.
And she knows, the example I'll give you is she used to bitch and fuss every time she get home from school and had to do the dishes. But she knew she had to do the dishes no matter what. So after us having a couple screaming matches a couple times or whatever, I sat her down and I said, Gracie, look, you know you're going to have to do the dishes, right? There's no way of getting out of it. Would you rather us fuss and fight first because you don't want to do it and us cause a problem? Or would you rather just do the dishes and move on and be done with it to where there's not an issue? And so now anytime she gets pissed off, anytime she gets frustrated with me, I want her to remember, and we say attitude is everything to each other, I want her to know you're still going to have to do this. Your outcome of you doing it, though, whether you get a reward, an ice cream, or whatever, you might get something if you just do your job and you do it with a smile on your face.
Yeah. Amen.
Yeah, attitude's everything.
Amen, brother. It really is. Well, dude, I appreciate the hell out of you.
You too, dude.
Coming out here and doing this, and
you wouldn't have done it with nobody else.
Yeah, dude. And the amount of shows and episodes that you crank out on how many are you doing a week now?
So I was been doing 3 to 4 a week, and I've been fumbling a little bit lately.
I'm at 2 now. I'm at 2. I'm every Tuesday and every Friday.
Yeah.
Nick is every Monday, and Nick and Kurt are every Monday and Wednesday. And we got the NASCAR boys. They're weekly. It kind of fluctuates. Same thing with alternatives every Thursday, and our music business one that Peyton's doing is weekly. And
that's cool.
We're growing it, dude. We're trying to figure out. We've made big steps. This is beautiful. It's come a long way.
I love this.
And we're gonna be hanging up more shit. And we got like the Creed Limp Bizkit patches over there, cigar box, Mr. T. I got, of course, my Yankee bobbleheads. New York sports are on fire right now. There? I got Ron Guidry and I got Garrett Cole, who's going to be coming back in a couple weeks.
They didn't have any good ones.
Cocksucker.
I mean, if you're gonna at least have Yankees, get like fucking Ruth or get Mantle or somebody.
But this guy's numbers. This is a retired number Yankee. And Garrett Cole's the man.
He's all right.
Cy Young last year. New York sports are on fire right now, dude. Like you guys had it with Georgia with the Braves and the Dogs winning the same year. We got the Knicks dominating right now. We got the Rangers dominating right now. We got the Yankees like right on the first place level, which I'm not even super focused on baseball. I mean, I am, but not.
I don't get amped up to baseball till about midsummer.
Yeah, till trade deadline.
Yeah, and that's when I get.
And you're a Red Sox guy over a Braves guy?
Oh, really? I don't give a fuck no more.
No?
I'm a players guy now. Baseball, football, everything. Like I'm definitely a Red Sox fan. But I've never been to Fenway. And I'm getting to the point now to where it's like
I feel like one of your followers or something can make that happen.
We've been invited so many times.
Yeah, you should go. You should take Gracie up and go.
I'm going to eventually. It's just something that I haven't done. Like this is gonna sound super fucking egotistical what I'm about to say. I've got to the point to where I don't like doing stuff unless I'm like not being invited or like a special guest or anything, but I like to do the behind the scenes stuff more than I actually like to do the event.
Okay.
So like I want it to be where like my first trip, if this ever was to happen, going up there to be like maybe somebody in the organization had listened to the show and liked something that I said. And they would rather give us a history and a tour of, behind the big green monster.
Get a tour of Fenway and then do an episode with like a past Red Sox that you grew up watching. Like,
like fucking Dustin Pedroia or somebody.
Pedroia or Veritek or Mike Lowell or one of those
dude.
guys on. Do a pod with them at one of the bars across the street.
And I'm not even, and I know I'm not close to that yet, so I'm not.
I think you are. You look like the team. You look like all the Red Sox players have the fucking they're all bearded dudes with tattoos.
Mike Napoli, like all of them dude.
That's like we got Alex. We got Alex Verdugo now, and he shaved the beard. They don't
like
like
a
beards.
Dumbass now.
Oh, he looks great.
But no, the stuff that I do now, I just want it to be special. I guess the way I'm saying it, and I'm not trying to be like I'm better or whatever. It's just I've got to do stuff that a lot of people haven't got to do the same way y'all have.
Yeah.
And it's like you realize that it's not necessarily you're getting special treatment that's special. It's the fact that they wanted to give you special treatment.
Yeah.
Is what's kind of cool to me. So like even tomorrow night going to the Grand Ole Opry and being backstage.
That's going to be so cool.
That's a dream.
Yeah.
Like I can't tell. I'm going to cry.
How did that happen?
Johnny Paycheck, his son. Johnny Paycheck's one of my top 3 all time. I absolutely love Johnny Paycheck, and I told the story on the show about how when first time I went to go see George Jones's grave, Johnny Paycheck is buried real close to him, and Johnny Paycheck has this. It looks like a license plate where his grave is, and George Jones has a $500,000 marble, just beautiful, all this kind of stuff. And I had posted something about it on social media, and his son, who was in the military at the time, who just retired and is starting his music career now, he reached out to me, and we got to be buddies a little bit. And sometime last summer, he came and did a podcast with me, and ever since then, we've been buddies. Like we talk, we bullshit or whatever. And they're doing a tribute to Johnny Paycheck tomorrow night at the Grand Ole Opry. And he messaged me when he found out about it that he was invited, that he was going to play a song or two, and everything. And he's like, "I really want to bring you this as my special guest. Let me see if I can get you those tickets or whatever to take you." And I was like, "That ain't gonna happen." Like, but thank you. Like, if you can get me to where I'm backstage at Grand Ole Opry, I'm liable to do some nasty shit to you. Like, I'm liable to thank you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he messaged me, and he was like, "I got him. So we'll see you Thursday or whatever." And to me, I love all the guys I'm getting to know now, like in country music. But there's a couple of guys that have passed on that are just they are country music.
Yeah.
I don't know no way to put it. They are my childhood, listening to my dad, my grandfather, listening to these guys.
Yeah.
And that's where my love of country music comes from. And it's like, I fucking get to go to the Grand Ole Opry on Johnny Paycheck tribute night with his son. Jamie Johnson's playing, Chris Jansen.
Yeah.
Georgetta Jones, which is George Jones' daughter. She's been on the podcast. Jesse Keith Whitley, he's been on the show. They're all playing, and it's just like I will have such imposter syndrome tomorrow that I'm still gonna be like, they must want me to take the trash out when this is over. Like, what bathrooms I got to fucking clean? You know, like they're confused.
Yeah,
they think I'm the janitor.
Yeah.
It's just getting to do that with him.
Yeah,
is gonna mean more to me than just going to a ball game anymore. Like, because I'm spoiled now. Yeah. I know that I'm spoiled. I want those moments. And I realize they're few, far, and in between.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of living for those moments, though. Like, I might not be rich. I might not be making the money that I want to off of this shit. I'm living well. I'm comfortable and everything. I'm getting to travel and do what I want. But, like, that right there, that's my success. That, to me, that's worth more money than I could ever sign with a contract. We've been offered, the show's been like offered to be bought out like 3 or 4 times now by bigger studios. But same thing they want every time. They want creative control. Creative control.
No.
Creative control.
Yeah.
They want to lock me into 5 years, or I think 3 was most of them. 3 years at a good rate, but they get all advertisement money in that 3 years and everything. So I just get like a salary. And it's like, man, if I do this now and I give up creative control, there's no telling what it's going to be worth in another couple of years. Because I'm real big on the people that I idolize.
Absolutely.
Remembering how long it took them on their journey.
Yeah.
If it took Bunny, Joe Rogan, whoever, 5-6 years for their shit blew up, I'm just Josh Terry. it's gonna take 5 or 6 years for my shit to blow up. I gotta enjoy the little victories.
Exactly where we're at.
Yeah.
Nick and I have been doing this full time together for a year, and the amount that it's grown in a year of him and I doing it full time, it's like because we've had that too. You know, Nick had that back before I came along, and it's like why not? You've already been going this far. Why not keep it going?
And this is probably the only time he's ever been quiet in his life. But Ryan Nelson, we did a podcast with him and Justin Andrews.
Oh boy,
like 2-3 months ago. Ryan Nelson did a podcast. Me and Justin Andrews, we got a word in when we could.
Duval.
Jesus Christ, that dude can talk.
Yes.
And he's so articulate. You would not look at him and
he's
think
one of the smartest
oh
degenerates
my God,
in the world.
He's a genius. I hate him for that. I hate that he's smart and talented. But I told him something. I said, you got to remember, no matter who you are, if you're an artist, it took Stapleton 20 years, or it took him however long, before we knew his name. Everybody here knew his name, and they knew how great he was, but he still didn't break through. If that's or even Cody Johnson, same thing with him with all the stuff in Texas before he blew up. And it's like, we look up to these guys. We know we're not better than them. So their path is good enough for my path.
Yeah.
If it took them that long, it's gonna take me that long.
Absolutely.
And I'm fine with that. You gotta enjoy the little victories, and like tomorrow night and some other stuff. Even being here right now, it's a victory for me. It's letting me know that I'm on the right road, dude.
Hell yeah, dude. Well, man, I love the road that you're on. I love watching all the stuff that is in the Josh Terry universe, and love that you're doing a great show and bringing a lot to this great city in Nashville. I look forward to our next collaboration too. I don't know when it's going to do it. Like, I don't know if it's going to be. We got to get Nikki to Macon at some point for a honky tonk for a hummingbird.
Love it.
I was there for the first one with Trey.
Yeah, that was that was like, these are a little bit different now. But it's the same thing.
Yeah, I want to.
We third part.
It's a party.
Dude.
It's a party in the Hummingbird.
So
we want to get to something. And or if you ever want to come to a festival with us and just hang,
I'm going to. You
pick which one, and we'll send you out with Ike and a microphone, and we'll see what comes back. And
probably jail.
Yeah.
Probably a lot of waivers not signed.
Send you to the campground.
Everybody's wanting me to do this shit, and I will not do it. Everybody's wanting me to either do it at Broadway or like walk around Live Oak and do it and do like the candid questions to somebody real quick and then get their response. And I'm like, you do not realize that is not how that's going to go with me. Like, I'm going to piss everyone off because they're going to say something and I'm going to be like, you fucking idiot.
That's why
it's not going to be funny.
I want to bring you to one of our festivals.
We could try it.
I want to do it in a festival where it's all the country blue collar folks camping for a weekend. That's what we need to do. So
they won't get offended too bad.
No, they won't. They won't at all. Well, where do people go to find you if they're not following you?
My Instagram is JLTerry87. Just look up Josh Terry. I think our podcast cover is our logo or whatever. Our picture on everything on TikTok is JLTerry1987. Facebook Josh Terry. I don't, even though I work in the social media world, I don't really fucking care. Like, I just go look up the Josh Terry podcast on iHeartRadio, Apple, Spotify. Give it a review, give it a like, subscribe to it. That's what I'd rather you do.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Well,
dude, I can't tell you how much I appreciate this. This is cool to me.
We appreciate the hell out of you. Y'all be sure to check out our boy, Josh Terry. He's got episodes coming out every week, and if you're ever in town when he's up here doing his thing over at Live Oak, you got to go check it out. So, for my man Josh Terry, I'm Matt Burrill. Y'all be sure to follow along all the Raise Rowdy shit. Visit RaiseRowdy.com, like, rate, subscribe, tell your mama and them, and we will see you next time. This has been Outside the Round.
Y'all stay rowdy, folks.
Hell yeah.